According to John Paul, since 2012, the Seahawks at home against the 49ers are 8-2.
Yep.
Now, this is what I love about stats. Now, John, you looked this up, correct? Okay. So you're going back to 2012, right? Now, that leads me to believe you went back to 2012 for a reason. You could have gone back to 2011.
Because what happened in 2011?
What happened in 2011? Who won that game?
The 49ers.
In Seattle. Okay, so now they're 8-3 and past 11. Hey, did they play in 2010 up there in Seattle?
I think the Seahawks might have won that one.
They did, and Seattle won.
Okay, we're going to just omit that one. Or we're just going to put that, so they're 9-3. And then, just real quick, what happened in 2009?
Seattle won again.
Okay, so we're going to stop it at 8 of 11.
Yeah.
Okay, they've won 8 of their last 11.
But that year is significant, the 2012 season, because that was the first year that Russell Wilson was quarterback.
Well, see?
And that was the first year we began to learn about the Legion of Boom. So,
what's your point?
My point is
it hasn't been that much of a house of horrors.
Well, it kind of has. Apparently, if you go back all the way to 2009.
Yeah, 8-3. You've won 3 times in the last 11 years. That's not bad.
In the Pete Carroll era.
That's not bad.
They haven't had much success.
It's a road game. First of all, when you play on the road, you're winning.
3 out of 11 is good?
I did not. Hey.
You just said that.
Hey, Spinoni. I said
Cut the tape.
I said 3 of 11. They're 3-8 in their last 11 at Seattle.
Who are you talking to there?
That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I said that's not a house of horrors. A house of horrors is when the Warriors lost 26 in a row at San Antonio to the Spurs over a decade. Okay, that's a house of horrors. Come on now.
Well, yeah, it's not a Mahomesian streak against his division where, like, every team's beat him once, and it took the Broncos 13 years to do it. Well, not 13 years, but however long he's been in the NFL.
Bottom line is, 49ers go up there and they win 30% of the time.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No, it's not ideal.
Especially when...
I'll tell you what. I guarantee you we will find many, many teams that have won 3 or fewer games on a road venue over an 11-week period.
I'll give you 3 out of 11 if the 49ers were not favored in those games. Like, tomorrow night, the 49ers are going to be, 6, 7-point favorites?
They are 7.
Yeah, so they're favored by a touchdown.
Okay.
I guarantee you if they were 7 or more point favorites in Seattle, they would, you should be better than 3-8.
Right, but that's just this year.
No, but my point is, well, I guess I'm curious.
In other words, what did can I assume Tom Sula and Kelly never won in Seattle?
Probably not.
Okay, that's 2 right there.
Yeah, they shouldn't have won those games.
Of course they shouldn't have. So that's 2 you can throw out. And then what about the first 2 Shanahan years when they stunk? The 49ers. They win any of those? Was it 17, 18?
No, because they hadn't won.
Sounds like a lot of excuses.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, when they've had...
So Shanahan's first 2 years, did he beat Seattle in Seattle?
No, because he won in 2019, right?
Okay, so in other words, 4 of the... Now we've determined... I love this. See, I should have been an investigator. So what we're saying is the 49ers, they've won 3 of 11 of the last games in Seattle. So they're 3-8. But what we've also found out is 4 of those losses in a row came Tom Sula, Kelly, Shanahan. That would be 4 of those losses at Seattle because all 4 of those teams, they stunk. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's dock those 4. So really, the Niners, in years where they have a competent football team, are 3-4 in the last 11 years in Seattle. Oh my gosh. That's called, you know what? We may as well be in chemistry. No, not chemistry. Where do you dissect the frogs?
Forensics? What do you
Biology. We may as well be in biology because I just absolutely debunked this Seattle is a tough place to win. You're welcome, Bay.
But you're still below 500.
Yes, but you're on the road.
Well, and actually, you want to throw the playoff game in there.
Oh, my. Oh, my God.
3-5.
Michael Irvin. Oh, my God. I'll tell you what.
So you're saying tomorrow's a cakewalk?
I'm saying this may be the easiest venue the 49ers play in all year.
Oh, my God.
On the road. Certainly easier than Pittsburgh.
Cleveland?
Oh, God. The dog pound?
Minnesota?
Oh,
they're blowing the horn?
Dome? Yeah, the
Skull.
horn.
Yeah, you don't just walk into U.S. Bank and exit without a pound of flesh being taken.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
You got to admit, anytime the Niners are good, they just go up there and win. Mm-hmm.
They literally don't.
You guys like that out in the Bay? This whole jinx, tough to win in Seattle. Let's look inside the numbers a little bit. Hey, there's a surprise. The year they went 1-15, they lost in Seattle. Wow. Can you believe that?
You want to check that first?
Tom Sula. They didn't win in Seattle under Tom Sula. You're kidding.
In the Shanahan era, he's 2-5.
But
that's not very good.
But
last time I checked,
knock off the 2 years.
Why?
Because we were rebuilding.
So he's 2-3. That's still below 500.
That's right, but that's
not good.
On the road, it's not anything that you'd think twice about.
If you're a team that expects to compete for a Super Bowl,
if you're 4-1, if you're 4-2,
should you be a sub 500 road team?
Oh, I'll bet you there have been several sub 500 road teams that have been very successful in the postseason.
John, how many times has Mahomes gone into Mile High Stadium and won?
Every time but once.
What's the point?
The point is that's a good team.
Who?
The Chiefs. And when they've had a good team,
right,
they have beat the Broncos just about every single time. So you're saying when the Niners are good,
right,
going 2-3 based on your math, or 2-5 in reality is a good record.
No, what I'm saying is teams that make the playoffs usually go, I'm going to use a 16-game example, 6-2 at home, 3-5 on the road. That gets you, or you go 7-1 at home, and you go 3-5 on the road. See in the playoffs.
If you're okay with a 10-win season, and
most teams
probably going to go.
Most teams don't have a 10-win season. Most teams have fewer than 10. When you have a 10-win season, you're one of the best teams in the league. So in that 1 year, what if you happen to go 4-4? Shanahan wins tomorrow. Now he's 3-3.
Okay, the Warriors last year won 44 games. Were they one of the best teams in the league?
No,
but they were a top 12 team because they were a 6 seed. If you're a 10-win team, you're in the top third of the league.
I think you're a little higher than that. There's 32 NFL teams. How many teams won? Well, you can't do it with a 17-game schedule. I was using
10-7.
Well, 10-7's okay. So, the year I'm talking about, you go 3-5 on the road, 8-1 at home. Boom, you're 11-6. You don't have to be 500 on the road.
No, but you can't be below 500.
Like, look at the Niners. They haven't lost at home, right?
Yes.
That's why they're 7-3.
All the point I'm trying to make is it's going to be a lot tougher than you think in Seattle.
No, we don't know that.
Yes, we do.
How do we know that?
Because there's literal evidence to support that it's tough. I understand you're trying to calm the concerns of these 49ers fans. And, you're trolling, but
I am absolutely, positively not trolling. But if you play a team on the road 11 times, I think even good teams are going to go 5-6.
But the 49ers haven't gone 5-6.
Correct. They've gone 3-8.
Yeah, you're not good every year for 11 years.
Correct.
But that's what I'm saying.
So you're never going to go there. You're never going to be a good road team if you lose a lot of games, period. What I'm saying is the fact that they went up there and lost 4 straight, 2 Shanahan years and 2 before, that has nothing to do with the stadium. Those teams stunk.
Just really quick, I want to throw a little nugget there.
Only if it supports what I'm saying, Sam.
It might.
And I don't even know anymore.
In the history of Lumen Field, which opened up in 2002, the Niners are 6-16 there since that stadium opened. So John did the last 10 years, which obviously includes those Tom Sula, Chip Kelly years that don't count.
Right.
But this is going back to 2002, which includes the Mariucci teams with Jeff Garcia, then the other later teams with Alex Smith. some of those early Harbaugh teams.
Sure.
Does that kind of change your opinion at all, Steiny, that fact that they're 6-16 overall at Lumen Field?
I would need so much more data. For example, what the Niners' record is at every other visiting
6-16
venue.
doesn't sound that bad. I mean, if we're talking about road records here, right?
Not terrible.
No, that's literally terrible.
It's not good, but it's not terrible.
What is your definition of terrible?
Like 3-17. That's terrible.
That's awful. That is.
Well, that's what I just said.
Okay, so
I'm more precise with my words.
3 more wins is not that bad?
Correct.
Steiny.
Good. I'm just telling you. Look,
you're cool with going 6-16 on the road in 22 years?
I'm not cool with it at all. What I'm saying is,
it sounds like you're smiling right now.
What I'm saying is that many other teams in many other cities have what they consider dry spells or tough places to play.
Sure.
And their record is far worse than 3-8 in their last 11 games at a venue. That's all I'm saying.
So basically, the 49ers could have lucked into a couple of those wins, but they didn't. That's why they're 3-8 in the last 11.
Maybe. You look frustrated. You almost look aghast.
Because I don't know what you're trying to explain right now. Like
I just told you, what I'm trying to explain is that the 49ers' last 11 years in Seattle haven't been as bad as people think. That 3-8, even though is it a good record on the road? No, but it's less of a bad record on the road than it would be at home.
But why is it less of a bad record? Because that's a tough divisional road game.
Well, because
which is what we're talking about.
Road games are harder to win. You're going to have a better record at home than you are on the road. So you have to adjust for the fact that all road records aren't going to be as high standard-wise as your home games,
yes,
numbers-wise.
Sure. Yeah, the Warriors won 9 road games last year. Weren't good.
I don't know what you're trying to say there, but I don't like it. Sounds like you're trying to stick it to me, quite frankly.
You got to hit a break.